The movie centers around Velma Dinkley, a member at the Mystery Inc., who now explains her own origin story and the events that led to her developing the greatest team of spooky mystery solvers ever. At Crystal Cove High, while some girls are showering, Velma dresses as a hooded guy and attacks Daphne, but she soon reveals herself to Daphne's relief. Velma then opens her locker and is shocked to find Brenda stuffed in there as if playing some kind of prank. But Brenda's body falls down without a brain, shocking the girls. Velma gets arrested as a suspect in the murder, but she claims somebody framed her. The detectives think that perhaps she did it since her best friend, Daphne, ditched her to hang out with Brenda and the other popular girls. However, they also know the sweet Velma couldn't kill a fly, and so the only way to convince the sheriff of her innocence is to help them find Brenda's actual murderer. Later, Velma meets Fred, a rich, rude guy from her school, and Daphne later joins them. She tells Fred that Brenda, his plan B, is dead, while Velma brushes off the claims she did it. Velma's father believes she gets accused because of acting weird and not hanging out with normal kids at Spooner's Malt Shop and his friend Sophie, who owns the Spooner's Malt Shop and shows off her new camera. Brenda's friends mourn her while Velma serves the guests, but gets angered by Daphne's speech and heads out. Outside, she meets Fred, who wants to be manly like his father expects, but ever since Brenda died, he can't stop crying. Velma also recalls how she figured out her mom smoked cigarettes and how she used to give Velma little mysteries to solve. But eventually, Velma grew bold and sought mysteries to solve on her own. Her mom disappeared later, and her car was found abandoned with a gift for her in it, which she vowed not to open until they found her. And she also developed hallucinations, which often blame her for her mistakes. Later, Velma learns from her friend Norville that Brenda's case could be connected to a drug cover-up at the Spooner's Malt Shop. Norville gave Brenda his camera to record anything suspicious there, and she got a picture of something weird in the bathroom, hence why they took her down. So if they find the camera from Spooner's owner Sophie, they could use it as evidence. However, Sophie is proven innocent since she only photographs babies dressed up as vegetables, and so Velma's guilt hallucinations continue. Velma's father also encourages her to stop feeling guilty since her mom left them not because of Velma's solving mysteries, but due to her own reasons. So Velma throws away her mom's gift, and the following day, she dresses as a normal teen and gets invites to hang out at the Spooner's Malt Shop. And Fred also defends her from some accusers of the murder. Velma then figures out that Fred could be involved in this since he uses the bathroom only when alone, and she and Norville sneak into Fred's mansion. There they find the camera, but Fred reveals that he is simply embarrassed about being a late bloomer and is afraid of being laughed at in the bathroom. And he also plans to pay her to keep quiet, but he still gets arrested by the detectives for an investigation. Later, Velma picks up her mom's gift from the garbage with her name cleared. She strives to pick up mystery solving again and figure out what really happened to her mother, only to find that another girl, Krista, has been murdered as well. The adventures of Velma continue with the ongoing murders and Fred Jones being arrested as a suspect, and she continues to uncover uglier truths. The arrest of the rich kid, Fred Jones, is aired on the news, and surprisingly, his lawyer is Eamon Dinkley, Velma's father, who wishes to become rich through the case, though Velma isn't quite amused. The following day at school, Velma asks Daphne, whose parents are detectives, to get her mom's files from them. But Daphne charges her $500, which she finds difficult. Later, Velma's dad, Eamon, suggests to the Joneses' family that they use Fred's late blooming to prove his innocence, though his father finds it embarrassing for the future CEO of Jones Accessories, their company. But they have no other option. Later, Daphne finds out from the detectives that there is a Candyman or a drug dealer at school, and the detectives have to go undercover as high school students to find them. Later, to pay the $500, Daphne asks Velma to work for her, also revealing that she is the school candy woman, and she agrees after Daphne threatens her. Velma distributes the drugs, but scares away customers by her lack of privacy and judging the users, so Daphne fires her while Norville tries to find the $500 for Velma in order to date her, and he even attempts to sell his kidney. Daphne later reveals to Velma that she sells drugs to hire a private investigator to find her biological family, but the detectives interrupt their conversation and chase them around before they escape. Later, Velma gets assigned to sell drugs to a guy in a beanie, who she surprisingly finds is her own father, Eamon, and they sort it out at home. Eamon agrees to give her the $500, but only if he could prove Fred's innocence. Norville is rewarded $500 for apprehending a gunman, but doesn't accept it, figuring he should win Velma's heart in a moral way. The following day in court, Velma confesses that Fred is innocent since he is a pampered rich kid, and everyone is convinced, but Fred snaps when his childishness is displayed to the public, and the judge declares him guilty. Later, after seeing Velma on TV, Daphne then returns her mom's case files to her, and in it, she finds out that the last place her mom's phone pinged the night she went missing was at Fred's house, but immediately her guilt hallucinations begin. However, Daphne embraces her and kissed her deeply on her lips to stop the hallucinations, while Norville, who was prepared to take Velma out, watches from across the road in disappointment. Meanwhile, Fred begins his life in prison, meeting his roommate, a thief, who also claims he is innocent, and the thrilling series rests to continue again. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. I'll be back with another interesting movie recap. Until then, take care.